Broiler farming is one of the most commonly carried out enterprises in Uganda, and the feed contributes up to over 70% of the costs of production. Therefore, it is very important for you to know whether the feed you're using is expensive or cheap. Now, broiler feeding is in most cases presented in pellets, mash, or crumble. The advantages of feeding those will be given later. Now, I'm going to take a scenario where most farmers prefer using either concentrate or pellets. Some farmers don't know whether they should use concentrate or pellets. Now, I'm going to take a scenario where I'm going to calculate for you a farmer who has used the concentrate. This is based on the experience and the encounters I've had with farmers. Therefore, I'm going to calculate for you what you dearly need when you're using concentrate. For example, for 100 birds, you need 50 kilos of starter. In most cases, farmers prefer using pre-starter because of the performance. And most of the pre-starters are at 4,200, so that is 210. Now, for concentrates, the bird will need, for mixed feed, the bird will need like 2.5 kilos of feed. That translates to 250 kilos of feed. Now, most of the concentrates in Uganda are around 50 kilos, around 210. Then plus the cost of broken maize, in most cases we add 117 kilos times 1.5. Right now, the broken maize is around 1.5. So that when you add the cost of broken maize and the concentrate, that will divide by the total kgs of feed, which is 167. Down there, it will give you the cost of mixed feed at 2,300. Now, when you put the 2,300 in the table, that translates multiplied by 250 kilos. That translates to 575,000. Now, also bring in the cost of chicks, which are around 3,000 per chick. For 100 chicks, that gives you 300,000. Other costs that include charcoal, brooder pepper, vaccination, litter, all those things. They will cost you 700 per chick, which is around 70,000. Now, when you add all this, you get 1,155,000 as the cost of producing 100 birds. Now, I'm going to give you a scenario where farmers use CVS Premium Feed Starter and Grower. Now, CVS Premium Starter and Grower, these are premium feeds which gives you very low FCR and very faster growth, as you will see in some of the pictures. Now, for 100 birds, you will need, of course, CVS Premium Starter for 2 weeks, that is 50 kilos, and our 50 kilos is at 3,200, which translates to 160,000. Then you will need premium broiler grower for up to 4 weeks, which is around 1.5 per bird, that is 150 kilos of feed, and each costing you at 3,000 shillings. Now, that translates to 450,000, plus the chick 300, plus the other cost 70,000. When you add all these, this gives you 980,000. Now, so which one is cheap? The 1,155,000 or the 980? So of course the 900 is 80, but why is it cheap? It is simply because for when you're using pelleted premium feed, high quality feed, which seems to be expensive, you farm your chicken for 4 weeks and you are getting 1.5 kilos of live weight and above, as compared to someone who has farmed their birds for 5 weeks and they are still getting the same weight. So you save some money, which is over 175,000. Now, what else do you save? You also save on the time. You save over 1 week of farming. Remember, instead of selling at 5 weeks, you are selling at 4 weeks. Then what else do you save in that 7 days? You also save on the mortality. Remember, broilers, always you get some mortality. So for the 7 days, the mortality which you would have got in the 7 days, you don't get it. So those are some of the advantages you save. You save on the money, the time, and on the mortality. Now, what I gave those two pictures show you the exact scenario of using pelleted feed, which is high quality like CVS premium feed, and also using concentrate. Now the birds on the left have 23 days and are using concentrate, pelleted feeds, which is CVS feeds. Now the birds on the right are using concentrate. So now you can compare which one is better. The other ones of 23 days are close to sale because most of the birds are 1.5 kilos. The one on the right are close to 1 kilo, so they need the extra 1 or 2 weeks to get where we are getting. So that's the scenario I was talking about. Now, other advantages you get in using CVS feeds. First of all, when the bird looks big, it is easy for the buyer or the customer to come and take it up. Therefore, it attracts the buyer. As you've seen, birds on the left are always better than the birds on the right. So those are some of the advantages you get when you're using premium feed. Now, how do you really know that feed is cheap or expensive? For those who cannot afford or who have no access to CVS premium feed. Now, the formula is simple. You just get to know the FCR. FCR means feed conversion ratio, and feed conversion ratio is the amount is defined as the amount of feed that gives you a kilo of what? Meat. So it is feed given to the chicken divided by the weight. And in most cases, you realize that CVS feeds will give you an FCR of like 1.35 to 1.4 in 4 weeks. Yet other feeds, most especially if you're using concentrates, it gives up to 2 to 2.3 kilos of feed. You need to get a kilo of what? Of meat. So what you need to do, you just get that FCR multiplied by the cost. That one enables you get to know whether the feed is cheap or expensive.